Let's talk about scope in Python. What is scope? First thing to understand is that scope is a concept related to a variable. You always talk about the scope of a particular variable. If you don't have any variable, you can't discuss the scope of the variable. So, if we look at a certain variable, what is meant by the scope of that variable? The scope of the variable is just the part or region of the code where that variable is accessible. Here is an example. Look at the following code. Here I'm defining a variable x directly in the main file. This makes x accessible from anywhere in the file. For instance, x is accessible from even within the function fun. Each of the printx accesses the value of the variable x, and we get 10 and 10 as the output. Because x is accessible from anywhere in the file, the variable x is said to have global scope. We'll look at specific scopes in a later video. For now, just keep in mind that different variables are accessible to different parts of the code, and that determines the scope of the variable. Clear? Now let's look at a variable with a different scope. Look at this code. Here the variable x is defined inside function fun. X is accessible to code inside the function. So, when the function is called, the value of x, which is 5, gets printed. Notice the last line in the snippet, which I've commented out. If we uncomment the line and run it, then we'll get an error. Specifically, we get a name error. Basically, Python is saying, I don't know what x you are talking about. Why did this happen? Didn't I define x to be 5 inside fun? That is because x is not accessible outside of the function fun. That is to say, x is local to fun, or the scope of x is limited to fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this.